We are in New York City today, shooting a Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid commercial with the Sesame Street gang. I had the amazing opportunity 5 years ago to work with Abby from Sesame Street, and I found it to be a very enjoyable process. It's hard not to get giddy around these characters that, as a kid, I watched and loved. I never in a million years thought I would be in a scene with Big Bird, which today I'm in a scene with Big Bird. As a kid, I loved Sesame Street. I had a Cookie Monster coat that I wore, whether it was 95 degrees out or 5 below in Detroit. I was in that Cookie Monster coat for about 19 months straight. So I'm a huge Sesame Street fan. I think it's so cool that they're a nonprofit organization that really has the sole goal of educating and entertaining kids and not selling them anything or getting them to eat something terrible. So it's a pretty rare show in that way. My kids love Sesame Street. Like me, they're very drawn to Cookie Monster. Well, the great thing about the Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid is that it is both electric and has a gasoline engine. So you can drive 33 miles on the battery, and then it just kind of transitions seamlessly over to the gas motor, and you have a infinite range. And I think in the past, we've owned an all-electric vehicle before, and you always have this range anxiety, like, I think we should be able to make it there, even though it says we have this amount, but then as you're driving, you only have this amount. So it really takes that off the table. And we live in Los Angeles, so it is very rare for us to drive more than 33 miles round trip to anywhere. So the great thing about this van is you will stay on battery if you're running errands around town or doing your daily business. But if you want to take a trip out to the sand dunes like we do all the time, you're free to do that. You could go to Yosemite, you could do whatever you want. Well, our kids are on a pretty strict TV diet, which is usually only on Saturdays, unless we're on a road trip. And this thing has all the multimedia toys that can keep them dialed into that and leave us free to listen to a podcast, which is basically like our hot date night, Kristen and I's. If we get to listen to a podcast while the kids are watching a show and back, it's heaven on earth for everyone. Kristen has many, many talents: singing, acting, phenomenal mom, terrible driver. I'd say the best thing about this van is how safe it is, because I would not feel comfortable sending Kristen out into the world with our kids in something that wasn't incredibly safe. Kristen and I are both from Detroit, so myself more than her. Cars are like my great passion, and road trips to me are the best way you can spend a family vacation, because you are forced to be in the same space together. I am not going to sugarcoat this. We bribe the children with the fact that they can watch their favorite TV shows while we're on a road trip. And that may make me a terrible parent, but it also keeps me from pulling over on the side of the road and screaming at them to stop fighting. I have a lot of plans for both daughters that I doubt I will be able to execute. One is I already have cars that I want them to have. I'm nervous they won't even want to drive. I don't know. The kids now, they don't seem to be as on fire for it, and I'm scared. I want them to be, motorsport enthusiasts. I want them to ride motorcycles so they don't get on the back of a guy's motorcycle. I have a lot of plans that probably aren't going to work out. I've yet to try to put the recliner in the Pacifica Hybrid, but I'm up for the challenge. I think it might accommodate its grandiose scale. There seems to be room in there for it, and I can't think of a better home for it than the back seat of a minivan. So in general, I'd say I'm the bad cop with the kids and Kristen's the good cop. I seem to have taken the role of disciplinarian. I don't know how that came about, but here we are, and that's my role. But I can deal with it.
Yeah, okay.
You just lost my picture.
Okay.
Take two, Mark.
There you go, flash.
Gas station. Plug-in station.
Are they always like this?
Yeah, they are. Great, that's great, guys. So, which way should we go?
That way.
No.
That way.
Guys, I think I'm going to take the wheel if it's all right.
No, what you talking about?
Maybe we should let him drive.
If you can agree on that, maybe I'll drive?
Yeah.
We drive. You relax. We drive.
we got
Yeah, we got this.
Okay.
Well, when will that happen?
Okay, let's go that
Go
way.
straight.
Big Bird, do you think you could maybe drive?
Oh, I don't have a license yet. I'm only 6.
Oh, that is an
That's
issue.
okay.
How old are you guys? You know,
What?
maybe I should be driving. Should we trade out?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You take the wheel off.
Okay. Big Bird and I will just take a little nap while you sort this out.